Hello, my name is Ethan and welcome back to another showcase with me. So I wanted to update you guys on how my current test I was running was doing. So I wanted to shape my atlas in a way that I could run infinite elder burial chambers. I ran a ton of the regular burial chambers with my Wind Ripper quantity character on tier 5s, and I could run it slightly on tier 16's Elder Burial, but you would run into an issue if you ran anything that had like any damage mods or reflect or uh, and any curses. Basically, you had to run really bad Elder Burial maps, and so it was a really bad idea. And right beyond was a huge rip, so I could clear a map with the tornado shot character, but it wasn't very good. So I ended up bringing out my Juggernaut, the one I was using to farm Uber Elder Shaper the labs, and has just shown to be the tankiest thing I've ever played, and it still does some good deeps. So I ended up showcasing one episode. If you guys saw the last video, I got a doctor in a video. I recorded exactly one map only, and I said I'm getting a doctor because I knew how good the map was. Okay, it was like an 143% quant with four max scarabs. So I had like divination, torment, breach, and harbinger. So now I've customized it up to harbinger. I like torment, bestiary, and then divination. The reason, so you always run divination because 150% more div cards when you're running elder burial. You want more div cards. I don't know why that's in there. These are all supposed to be 20% unid'd. So I save those for sextants that give you the 30% more quant for the unidentified map. I roll them in bulk, and then I pull out the recovery ones. So less recovery rate is effectively the reduction of the enchant that I have on my belt, which was a very big increase to my HP regen and everything. So when you lose 20%, it's a lot. There's one that's 60%, and then there's one that cannot regenerate life. So I can't run these three maps. I can run these, but they're harder. And then the 60%'s really, really hard, and I basically have to flask my way through the map or take breaks and shit. It's great. So you guys are probably wondering, Ethan, how many maps did you run? Yeah, we definitely did like. So originally, I think it took me 40 to 80 maps to get all the div cards that I have, but then I hit a brick wall and I haven't gotten one in like 40 maps, so I don't know if I should be counting this. I guess it's part of the balance, right? So I'm on a huge unlucky streak. I cannot get one. I haven't seen one in 2 to 3 days. I did stop juicing every single map, but I started only juicing the ones with the really good sextant rolls and the unid'd. So I was really getting as much for my buck, but it wasn't translating into doctors. And I've been rolling the regular ones and then using these with double beyond, for example, and then doing just regular fragments. So I still up the quantity by 20%. I had like 20 of these of each, so I've ran at least like 20. I've gotten more clearly from div cards and shit as well, and I definitely have opened them because I had even amounts. We ran through all my scarabs, and how many doctors do I have? Well, you guys saw my cash stack. We're up to 14x, and then we basically have another like 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. We could buy another doctor in our cash right here, and then in div cards owned, we don't have a full stack not yet. The doctor, we have 6 of it. We have dropped 6. Sorry, yeah, we've dropped 6, sold one, and then bought one back, and we have enough for almost another one. They're up to like 20x, and so it's a very safe way of farming them because I'm going off of the drops and not off of the value. So it's just how lucky can I get, basically. So basically, I want to showcase just some regular. I'm gonna do a regular one. Maybe the double beyond. Doesn't look that bad. It looks really good actually for me. So I'll double beyond with all the frags, and this will be the one I'll showcase. We also have a ton of sextants set up. I'll show those first. So there's 4 sextants. I have my atlas fully completed up to T14s. I left the T14s because I'm using some shaped ones, so I only dropped those. They are underground sea. Next, tier 15, I have 3. I'm using plateau, volcano, and temple. That's it. I've undone all the other ones, and we don't ever do them ever again until my character's so strong that I can do anything. So, we had more corrupted Val monsters and 20% chance to be corrupted, and then we have lightning monsters, rare monsters, mirrored rare monsters, and then 30% increased magic pack size. So we got some juicy rolls on our overall Elder Burial, and it's Shaper Strongholded. So, you know, we're out here living the life. We've also gotten our jug up to 95, pulling a nice 7,900 HP. One more level would take it to 8,000 easily. So here we go. So the gameplay is literally walk out into the massive monsters, get your endurance charges up, try to stab something with your knife on W so that you can get the fortify effect. You start taking really reduced damage. You want to be spamming your pots like crazy, because it turns out that a lot of your tankiness is actually your pots too. If you start taking damage because you're in a bad situation, you have 2 choices, or you could do both. You flame and dash out of the bad situation because it's instant, or you use your shields and these giant molten shells, because you can use both. On my build right now, I can absorb like 12k. So the Val one is on like a 10 to 20 second reset, depending, maybe less, maybe 10. And then the molten shell is only like 3 seconds or 4 seconds. It's pretty insane. It's a really nice feeling to have. Like, look, I could just sit there and tank 2 of them because I had a shield up. And then now I could just go AFK because I have an 8,000 shield up that I can just watch. And I don't have to do anything. All the monsters are just dying to my Herald of Agony. So the build, like I've explained in previous videos, was taken by Zizarin. He posted a League starter boss killer thing. And I said, ooh, nice build, dude. I'm going to play it. It looks great. He played it. It looks good. I played it. It looks great. It seems to be very, very, very strong. So something I'm doing with it, it was showcased in the last video, and now it's more explained in this one. I'm using Scarabs, well, not in this example, but in general, I'm using Scarabs on really good maps and mod rolls and sextants, and I'm trying to get exactly, trying to get good shit so that when I put the Scarabs in, they cost a lot. So the Divination Scarab is costing me like 35. The Breach was like 8. The Torment's like 9. If I don't run Breach and I run bestiary, it's like 15 to 25, depending on how many people are online at the time. These prices are not really, like, they don't matter that much. So the Exalt is 170 at this time of recording, and I'm saying that the Chaos was 35, 8, 9, and 15 to 25, depending on the time. So they're very expensive. I'd be putting all 4 of those in every single map. So that was for a little while. I was literally, I spent 17x to where I had to sell a doctor to get back the money to buy more Scarabs to keep going, because I went on an unlucky streak. And then this time, when I went on my unlucky streak, instead of continuing to dump all my currency into getting one, I've just been doing the 20 fragments, slowly just praying that I'm running a mass amount of Elder Burial with pretty decent quant. They're corrupted, they're juicy as all hell. My normal character can't run it. So also, forgot to mention, this is very important, I sold the Necromancer and I ran it through the low tier ascendancy thing, and I changed it to an elementalist. I might change it again to an occultist. I'm gonna be playing a Winter Orb character next. The other thing, I sold all the gear for my Tornado Shot character, and that's because the items went up so much to where I don't want to play that character anymore. The whole main reason of why I initially picked Tornado Shot and that build and Raider was because I didn't think many people would be playing it, because it was a melee league, and it just turns out that everyone, if they're going Ranger, likes to go Tornado Shot. So it wasn't very fun when everything costed $1 billion, and I'd rather play a cheaper build that can do basically the same thing or more for way cheaper. So there's this thing called Winter Orb that people may have forgotten about. But basically, it was like the most overpowered skill last season, and you know what? It's still being used today, and it's just on the down low that it's really fucking broken and no one uses it. So I'm gonna be using it, and that's why we're farming out the headhunter. Well, no, actually, I just want a headhunter. It doesn't really matter about. Basically, I'm playing this map, and the map drops the doctor, and the doctor's 20x now, and these headhunters up to like 160x, and I don't really see another way of farming out this goddamn item unless I get these drops from here. And so I've been doing pretty well at farming the higher tier map with my slow ass jug, and everyone can say this is slow, but you know what's great about it? It doesn't die. So it actually was leveling for most of the time, and you may be like, oh, why were you at 0? So when I hit 95, the amount to level is insane. I'm not getting very much experience from these tier 16s, and what's happening is I have to run way more maps to just hit 10%. So in that 10%, I'm more likely to hit a map that I can't run, or just get like tired of focusing 24/7. Don't pay attention for half a second, die to something instantly because like I have one thing down, like let's say fortify, or I have my I'm not looking and I don't do a shield on a big thing that I'm supposed to block, you know? Like, if I open the Legion, a big spear dude could actually just end me. The Mariketh could just end me at any time, you know? So, yeah, we're farming out this. It's pretty much the gameplay, though. It's just run around a lot, put up your shields when you can, you know, keep potting, try to keep up the kills so that your pots are up. The pots are basically just tons of stats. Like, Granite specifically is giving me a ton of extra armor, I believe, for the molten shell. I believe I have Granite. Or did I not? Nope. No Granite here. Am I supposed to have Granite? I feel like I'm supposed to have Granite. Whatever, you don't have to have it, clearly. I'm using all these other things. But yeah, very terrible Legion experience with this character, but it's okay. We weren't playing this character to farm Legion. If we were going to farm Legion, we would farm Glacier Eldered. Honestly, I'm going to do that with a better character that's faster. This is not ideal for farming Legion. I might just keep farming this map and keep farming this map's Legion because I'm full clearing anyways, you know? So yeah, I'm probably going to be farming this map actually because it's the most money. So people may ask, hey, what should I farm for money? Everyone's been saying glacial, 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 glacial. Basically, the reason you farm glacial is because you can't farm anything else. Glacier? Yeah. Because you're too weak. Your build sucks or something, and you can't play higher maps. But when you can play higher maps and you can invest into them, they are better. So if you can play an easier to play, cheaper build, it's superior. Because doing higher tier version of this clearly proves to drop more doctors, and so if you can clear the higher tier without losing the map and all the investment, then it's really worth it. So for example, these maps right now, that tab that I showed you, they're 15 chaos each, and I've been sustaining them myself after the initial purchase of a couple by heavily investing into them to where I am clearly. So with the 6 doctors, it's like 20 to 30,000 chaos or something stupid, because each one's 20 exalts. So like I've clearly profited heavily off this, and the reason is because the economy is balanced around the headhunter right now. So everything revolves headhunter. Everything that you can get a headhunter from is expensive. You can look it up. Every single card that you get a headhunter from is expensive. Every single weird incubator that you can get a headhunter from is weird. Things like beast stuff for getting items that can get you headhunter are technically more expensive. All the chances for headhunter are up more. Normally, orbs of chance can get you a headhunter, but they disabled that this time, and so orbs of chance are so fucking cheap because there's nothing at chance compared to a headhunter. Imagine if you could chance a headhunter right now. So that's a thing. Yep, very excited to get these last doctor, dude. Oh my god, I just want to play fucking build that I want to play. Right now, I changed the ranger into Pathfinder. I could change it into some weird build for now. It could be really cool. Won't be the same one that I just used. Then the other option is my elementalist or occultist winter orb, chains, temporal stuff. Yeah, fun. I think it'll be occultist if I'm doing the curses, and if I'm just playing regular Winter Orb with a headhunter, then it's elementalist, because that ascendancy is so broken. So I feel like I should play some more because I feel like it, and we're gonna get lucky. So first I have to open up some of the div cards for the sacrifice fragments so I can get the top right, whatever that one is. I'll keep watching some highlights of people trading in div cards and then accidentally selling them to Navali instead of opening them. And it's just like, what are you thinking at that moment when you do that kind of a mistake? Do you realize that, like, you just were you weren't thinking, and you didn't, like, actually look at what you were doing, and you just did it with muscle memory? You played that much that you just automatically did that. It's pretty insane. So yeah. So basically I just run the worst maps with the bad sextants because, well, these aren't bad, but my point is they're not the god tier one. Once I hit 30% quant to unidentified maps, it's go. I will 100% invest into three of each of the scarabs, and I will juice 3 unidentified maps, and I will go big. That's pretty much how I've been doing it right now. Running some tier 16 elder burials and just like doing some investment. Just the frags enough from what I found with all of, like, I have the extra shaper stronghold, I do the fragments, I do the beyond, and they're corrupted. I sustain with all of that. I don't need the extra scarabs for sustain. The scarabs don't help me at all in sustaining. I found they're kind of worse, and it's my heavily juicy maps. Other than, obviously, harbingers, beasts, torment. Okay, a lot of them actually do help your map drops. Okay, I'm not saying that they're not helping. I'm just saying that I don't need them. The normal way I run maps, that's very, very cheap. There's a very cheap way to run Elder Burial, and I think you can make a lot of money, and it's a lot better than running the tier 5. You have to run probably 200 tier 5 Elder, 200 Elder, I can't talk, 200 Burial Chamber tier 5s to get the, one doctor. So you have to run 1600 maps to get the whole headhunter, and it's insane. Where I'm telling you I ran like 40 to 80 and saw 6, and now I've gone like 40 without seeing any, but I've been investing a lot less. So I'm testing the different side of it without scarabs, because just the divination scarab upping your chances by 150% is really fucking insane for for finding this divination card. You'll notice just the div cards alone that you get, the amount you get in total is really insane. It's nuts. You'll get like an entire like sacrifice fragment and a half from the div cards. Hey, look, sustaining. Let's see if I can get another one. But yeah, one map, boom, sustaining. And then we only frequently, every now and then, sorry, not often, we hit those ones that we can't run, so we put them to the side, because in the past, when I had my tornado shot character still, I could run those maps on my tornado shot, because cannot regenerate doesn't matter when the build leeches. This build doesn't leech because a minion's doing all the work, which really sucks. Like, I want a build that can run everything, man. What? No. I'm not doing that. I'm waiting. Exact amount, bitch. Let's go. Put the right amount. I'm sitting here. Do. Bitch. I ain't playing your game. Exactly. Gimme 6. Yeah. Exactly. Damn right. Thank you. Hey, he paid up, guys. Thank you. He paid up. I got him. It's over. We got his ass. 1 extra chaos in the bank. Dude, I'm the best. Look at those trading skills, dude. He tried to scam me, and I said no. No, I didn't say anything, actually. I just waited. Look at how patience. He figured it out. You see, I gave him some time. I didn't say any words. I didn't like freak out in the chat. I just gave him time. Figured he'd realize what mistake he made, since like I wasn't accepting. I could have clarified, I guess. Been like, hey dude, 6. I'm sure just writing 6 would have been enough. But it was funnier watching to see how long it would take him. Dude, holy shit. I just want the last doctor. I almost feel like I'm due for a doctor, you know? I'm due for the card. And so like in this video, if I just keep going, I'm bound to hit it very soon. We're only at 20 minutes, dude. We gotta keep going. We can hit this. I can feel it. And there's a chance if I run the 3rd map, then I get to see the sextants, and I can decide if I hit the really juicy ones, I could then turn it into like, I record the 2nd video right after, showcasing the juicy shit that I do, and how insane that is. But this was like an update for my 6 doctors. There's still the next part of actually getting the last 2 doctors, or buying it, and then doing the belt. Fucking hell. Then I have to do the build still. Like, that's without any of the other items bought. It'll just be the belt. 160 fucking chaos. I can buy corrupted versions for 155 right now. They have some weird ass shit as the implicit instead of having the health. I think I like the health. I don't really know why you wouldn't want health. Unless you got a really good roll, like 1 to maximum endurance, because I could imagine putting a headhunter on this character, and then it has 1 to maximum endurance, so you'd get 10, and you'd get so much dex out of the belt, it'd be pretty nuts. 10% increase Sunder attack speed. Huh. Pretty sure Sunder is good, yes? Because I used it on my drug to level. I used it on the Marauder to level. I think Sunder's pretty good. Pretty sure. So we have that terrible Legion encounter because this character can't do it very well. Not you know, it's not the Legion's fault. It's not this mechanic's fault. I'm just saying, dude. Imagine I could choose to just say unlock it all, boom, and I get to fight it slowly. Wouldn't that be great? So I want to kill this dude back here because he gives you unique item. This is some weird shit like a gem. You get armor. You could get a headhunter out of a chest for armor. You do all the things that get you headhunters, guys. Yeah. So was this a gem? Was I right? It was a gem. It was a breach. Wait, you can summon breaches, and we got a jade amulet from that thing. Okay. Is that it? Dude, I'm so bad at Legion with this character. This character's so bad at Legion. At this high of a tier. So I'm pretty sure Sunder's good. Just don't really know why you would have wanted on an intelmet of such low tier. What the fuck is that? What? You can just open up a breach? I didn't know about that. Okay, we gotta trade in some more cards for another. How do people do that? And then I did it. It was only because it was on my mind because I thought of other people doing it. There we go. Just needed that frag. Next we'll need both the top and the right. But yeah, we actually sustain frags pretty well through the cards, especially when we're having the extra. So I'll run this juicy map, 112, with some extra 20% quant, with extra 20% quant from Beyond. So we have an 152% quant. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, or the Beyond is 20% quant. I don't remember. Like 20% overall. Because all packs blow up and make more Beyond. Either way, double Beyond is nuts, dude. I like double Beyond a lot. Wish I had it more. And I also wish I had a Headhunter so I could really experience Beyond to its fullest, where you're taking full advantage of the rares that you're putting in. The main reason I really like Beyond is all the monster density that it adds to the maps, and difficulty feels really good. And I also like the Exalted drops more often. I have no other idea about any other drops, but I know that they drop Exalteds out the ass. And Exalteds are pretty expensive right now. People have a lot of currency this league. Things are very, very, very expensive. You have to change your ways of playing the game around the things that make the most money, or you're gonna die you have like you can play good different builds. You just have to do the right things. So you have to play builds that are good at the right things. And so currently the Jug is great at doing really, really hard content. It makes me want to do this sort of character again in the future for the beginning of a league because of how cheap the original investment was and how it was able to go all the way to Uber Elder. I'm telling you, it was an 100C investment. It's really insane. I could imagine how cheap it would have been on day 1 or 2, where I was getting like 3 damage tier 1 jewels for my Raider with 4 chaos. 4 chaos was a fucking, you were rich if you had 4 chaos. Basically I could buy the best items because no one had any money. It was insane. So if I had this character on day 1, I could have got like this helmet day 1 for like 2 chaos, and it'd be like 4 or 7 exalts later. Be insane. And that one item makes the whole build. The rest you just need HP and the sockets, and it'd be so easy from there. Then you'd unlock, you get the cheap uniques later, the gloves and the rings, combs, sign or whatever. So get the Legion Val up because we don't want to take any damage. And technically, as long as you walk around, you're pretty safe. It's when you stand still looting that you'll take any damage. But if you just run around, you're usually pretty safe against Legion. Unless they have a lot of multipliers like attack speed and crit and all that fun stuff. So that their physical attacks do a ton of damage and they just one-shot you. Just while you run through a pack. Like I was doing right there, but they actually do damage. Yeah. So we'll clear up this map, and then we'll look at the new sextants I roll with the whites and the yellows. You can tell how nice this playstyle is. When you juice up the map, though, you're going to have like 3 additional breaches, tons of harbingers. I showed the video of me getting the doctor. If you want to go back and watch that video, it's just tons of stopping and literally sitting in one spot for like a minute, waiting for my thing to kill everything, because there's so much. And they're just respawning, and it's pretty insane. Dude, imagine I just get the doctor on this map though, and I don't have to invest into more scarabs, and I can end this all right now. And then I could just put the belt on this character and say, belt, and play a little bit more just for 1 more so that I get the money for the actual build. Like the ideal situation is I don't buy 1 and I just get 2 doctors. So that I can keep the 14x that I have and all of the currency, and I don't have to convert or anything, and I can just buy the exact character items and make it straight off the bat. Redo all the passive. Look at the full character and see how expensive the full thing is, so I see what I'm getting myself into. It's gonna be insane though. Like the speed will be insane compared to this. I cannot wait, dude. And the survivability and the play style is gonna be so fun. I remember playing Winter Orb before, and I can't wait to play it again with its nerfed play style. It's exciting. But yeah, again, you just keep your pots up. And again, this was even without Fortify, because these 2 maps I ran weren't very bad. This was 112% quant. This is a god tier map, right? And this was just straight up 20% with corrupt and an knock. It was pretty cheap, and then you just add beyond in the fragments. The fragments are like 4 chaos for all of them, and then the beyond is only 5 chaos. So the map costs more than all of the investment, and then you get more map returns. So just the maps alone you could profit, but I honestly don't think that's a lot of money anyways. You're really banking on the doctor cards. So you play this map at any speed you want. This is what I'm kind of proving with this video, is as long as you do the right content, it really doesn't matter how efficient you're playing. You're doing the better stuff, and you actually just get more. Like, I don't care how efficient you are doing something really bad in the game, it's still bad, and you're still not going to make a lot of money. So like, sometimes I find there was farming the low tier map, you could not get an exalted drop for hours, and then it felt like you could play a burial and get in those hours 20 exalt. And it's like nothing else competes with that. So clearly, you want to get doctors, and you want to get the belt. And as soon as you get one belt, you know what your second goal is? Another belt. So that you're rich on the game, and you can have something that stays as a safe investment that goes up, because it generally people like this belt. It's in 20% of the builds in the game, and it's the most expensive item. Like, it's insane. It's not the most expensive, but you know what I mean. So we cleared this map. We should have no sextants on the map anymore. Now we can check the new ones. Let's see how unlucky I am, or how lucky. We hit it on our first try, then we hit Poisonous, my favorite monster pack. Then we hit Fire, and then we hit Rogue Exile. So this was the only one I had to reroll, and we hit Magic Monster pack size. Okay, so what we hit? What is this? Incubated Perandus. Okay, so I'm going to sell off this for my jewelers. Put this away, and I guess I have to now record another video of me doing these 3, because I'm going to hit a doctor on these 3 with the super juiced up. So I guess I'll come back when I have all the fragments, and I'll have a lot less chaos, and I might have 1 less exalted. Yeah, so again, if you don't know, I hit 30% increased quantity of items found in unidentified maps, and I have these unidentifieds already prepared. So I'm going to hit it. Now I'd like to thank my Patreon. We have one Patreon for 10. He's supporting for $10. His name is Stradnix. He's a great guy. And then we have a few members on YouTube. We have Garbar, Diver Boy, Stradnix again. The support is unreal. We have. Let me pull it up. We have all the people. You can become a member below. You can do that to support the channel beyond just your view. It would mean a lot if you can. We're doing this full time, full thing. Let me see. Gotta find it. I hate the new YouTube layout for the studio. It's missing so many things. Like it's clear that they don't support live streaming very well on YouTube. So I waste a lot of time streaming on YouTube. And it's very clear that they care more about the videos. And that's why the members thing is really awkward too and not added, because it's clear that the members thing was part of the streaming, and it's also not been a very big success for them, but they're trying by renaming it a million times. Maybe people will figure it out what it is. Memberships has a new home. Oh my god. And it takes me to the new one. Okay. So yeah, we have a bunch. So if we get more members on YouTube, we get more emotes. And then if I stream on YouTube, because I have a lot of growth on YouTube or something, for celebrations, then instead of like the constant streaming, then we have more emotes technically. So that's pretty cool. We also aren't partnered on Twitch for our streaming there. So eventually, technically, if my videos take off again, I can bring back the streaming, but that's only because of my own success through videos and not because of the stream. So that's a thing. But yeah, we have we get more emojis, and wait, I can do merchandise. And wait, they changed this shit. What is this shit? Yeah, we have Garbar, Tradnix, White Wolf, and Fireball BS. 14 months, 15 months, 15 months, 29 months, and they get like a special rank on my Discord, and they get the helmet in the chat when I stream. It's great. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.